We are about to have an election in New Zealand, and it is to be held under the worst form of electoral law ever invented. What I am referring to is mixed member proportional, or MMP. This system of elections was forced onto Germany after the Second World War, and it was chosen because it is unlikely to have anything but coalitions and therefore ensured weak government. It was thought that under such a system there could never be another Hitler. My basic thought on the MMP system is that there is far too much power in the hands of the party machines, and not where it should be, in the hands of the people. Is not democracy a form of government that is for the people and by the people? In other words, the people are supposed to be in control and not the parliamentarians. Under MMP, the parties are the ones in control, and this is because of two main reasons. 1. The promises made during the election are hardly ever honoured, as it can be said that the coalition negotiations meant that any promise had to be abandoned to achieve agreement. Just blame the other party and forget the promise. The second major deficiency is that any good party member cannot be rejected out of the Parliament. Take Phil Twyford as an example, a minister who has failed to implement any real promises, Kiwi Build and Auckland's light rail. But as he must be a reliable party hack, he has just been lifted up the party list. And so if the Te Atatu electorate vote him out, he will just return to Parliament on the party list. The party has the control, and not the people. Here is my solution. Parliament should be split into two sections, electorate seats and party seats, as it is at present. However, the main difference is that the two sections are elected separately, and the party vote does not have influence on the other. First, the electorate seats should be 75% of all the seats in Parliament, and in New Zealand that would be 90 out of the 120 seats. These seats would be elected on the Australian system of preferential voting, therefore ensuring the member elected would have at least a 50% support base. The balance of 25% of seats, or 30 in New Zealand, would be voted in on the party vote, with this vote only being in relation to the party seats and not the overall makeup of Parliament as at present. This way, minor parties who achieve, say, 4% of the vote would be entitled to get a seat and therefore a say in Parliament, but would not, in normal circumstances, get the control they do at present. Just look at New Zealand First now, with just over 8% of the vote and no electorate seats. It has the control or the veto over the Labour Party and therefore the country. With my system, you would not normally require coalitions, and therefore you would get a strong government who would be expected to honour its promises. These governments could be good or bad, but are always subject to the approval of the electorate at the next election. Take the control away from the party machines and put it in the hands of the people. Thank you for listening, and if you would like to hear more from me, don't forget to subscribe.